They're everywhere, right? On our phones, in our ads. But what if one of them wasn't just another app? What if it was claiming to be something, well, something else entirely? Today, we're diving into a platform called Sirius Gate, which, based on its own material, is trying to be a complete break from everything you and I think we know about digital wellness.
I mean, think about all the big names out there, the ones with millions of downloads. They all kind of have the same goal, a very understandable one. They want to help you deal with the chaos of modern life. And that's the magic word, isn't it? Relaxation. Help you sleep better, stress less, just find a quiet minute in a completely bonkers day. It's a simple promise, and it's a powerful one.
And here is where we take a massive turn. Because the source material for Sirius Gate, it doesn't really talk much about relaxation. It's aiming way, way higher. It's talking about a full reprogramming of your mind. And get this, a connection to what it calls the great cosmic mind.
So let's start right there. With that huge difference in philosophy, what's the actual destination? Where is each of these paths trying to take you? So on one hand, you've got what the sources themselves call spiritual fast food. Apps designed for a quick hit of relief. But on the other hand, you have this idea of a commitment to a permanent, total transformation. Sirius Gate's goal isn't just to calm you down for a bit. It's to fundamentally reshape how you see everything. Well, if the goals are that different, it makes sense that the journey would be completely different too. How do you actually get from point A to point B?
And this is a huge one. Traditional apps are basically a library. You browse the shelves, you pick what you feel like whenever you want. Sirius Gate, as it's described, is not a library at all. It's a single 20-month-long curriculum. It's a fixed path, and there are no shortcuts or detours. And this 20-month path is broken into 3 really demanding phases. It kicks off with 6 months of just building the foundation, the daily habit. Then comes the real core of the program, 10 months of deep retreats meant to actively rewire your brain. And the whole thing wraps up with a 4-month integration phase, which is all about connecting with these so-called divine vibrations to reach what the source calls the gamma state of consciousness. Okay, so let's talk about what you actually hear when you're using this thing. The audio is another place where the sources describe a massive, massive departure from the norm. Yeah, the contrast here is pretty stark. Most apps, we know what they sound like, right? It's comforting sounds, rain, waves, soft music. Sirius Gate, though, is apparently providing something completely different, a daily divine mantra. And this isn't music. It's described as a human chant, unique to that specific day and its supposed cosmic alignment. And the claims they make about this mantra are, wow, very specific. The sources say it's new every single day, it's never repeated, you can't record it, it's spoken by a real human voice, and that it comes directly from the source of existence. So it's presented not as just some audio file, but as a unique, one-time only transmission every single day.
This brings us to what might be the most unusual feature described in any of this material. The rules, specifically the rules about when you're allowed to use the app. The whole idea here is this thing called cosmic timing. So, according to the documents, this app is just not built for your convenience. It literally only works during very specific time windows that are calculated based on the alignment of the star Sirius and the Orion constellation. I mean, this difference is just fundamental. With a normal app, you decide when to meditate. With Sirius Gate, the cosmos decides. The app will actually lock you out if you try to use it outside of these cosmic windows. And the reason they give? To protect you from negative interference. And we're not talking about a casual commitment here. The sources are clear. A user has to formally agree to a pact. And a huge part of that pact is showing up for at least 85% of the sessions. This is not a friendly suggestion. It's framed as an absolute requirement for the system to even work. So, given this level of intensity, this high commitment, these pretty extraordinary claims, who on earth is this actually for? This quote from the source material really says it all.
The language just flat out rejects the idea of a casual user. Instead, it's calling for pioneers who are ready for a serious, demanding, steel-willed kind of journey. So yeah, the ideal person here is described as a serious soul, definitely not a beginner. It's for someone who's looking for way more than just stress relief and is actually prepared for the intense discipline this thing requires. The material really frames this as a path for a very select, deserving few. You know, when you just line it all up, side by side, the contrast is it's wild. The goal, the content, the structure, the timing, the commitment, the two approaches are just fundamentally different in every single way. It's really a choice between on-demand flexibility and this rigid cosmic discipline. And you know, that really is the main takeaway from all this. Sirius Gate isn't being presented as a better meditation app. It's being presented as a totally different kind of tool that works on different principles and is aiming for a vastly different result. And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to chew on. As technology and spirituality keep getting tangled up together, what are we going to want from them? Are we going to prioritize the convenience of on-demand calm? Or is there a place for a more structured, disciplined, almost cosmic approach? The answer to that is probably going to shape the future of this entire space.